Hi, good evening everyone. My name is Daniel. I'm 10 years old, and this is the biggest stage I have ever stood on in my whole life. Standing here at America's Got Talent feels like a dream that I used to whisper to myself at night. I'm a little nervous. My hands are shaking a bit, but my mom always tells me, if your hands are shaking, it just means your dream is big. And my dream is really, really big. I come from a small neighborhood where not many people believe that kids like me can do something special. Most people there are just trying to survive every day. My dad works very hard, and my mom works even harder. Sometimes the lights go out in our house, and sometimes things are not easy. But even when it's dark, I used to pretend the darkness was just a stage before the spotlight turns on. When I was 7 years old, I found an old microphone toy at a market. It was broken. It didn't even make any sound, but I didn't care. I would stand in front of the mirror and imagine thousands of people clapping for me. I would bow and say, thank you, even though nobody was there. At school, some kids laughed at me because I was always singing. They said I was too loud. They said I was dreaming too much. But I kept dreaming anyway, because when I sing, I feel like I'm not just a small boy anymore. I feel brave. I feel strong. I feel like I can fly. There were days I wanted to stop. Days I felt embarrassed. Days I thought maybe they were right. But then my mom would sit next to me and say, Daniel, your voice is not just noise. It's your gift. And every time she said that, I believed a little more in myself. I used to watch this show on TV and imagine what it would be like to stand here. I would look at the judges and think, what if one day they hear me? What if one day I could show the world that even a 10-year-old boy from a small place can have a big voice? And now, I'm here. When I walked onto this stage today, I looked up at the lights and they were so bright. For a second, I felt small again. But then I remembered something my dad told me. He said, courage is not when you are not afraid. Courage is when you are afraid, but you still step forward. So I stepped forward. I'm not just singing for myself tonight. I'm singing for my parents who sacrificed so much. I'm singing for every kid who was told they're too young, too small, or not good enough. I'm singing for the little boy I used to be, standing in front of a broken microphone, pretending the world was listening, because tonight, the world is listening. If I win, it would mean everything. It would help my family. It would help me go to a better school. It would prove that hard work and hope can change a life. But even if I don't win, standing here already feels like I won something bigger. I won over my fear. I want other kids watching at home to know something. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to believe, even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard. Right now, my heart is beating so fast I can hear it. But I'm smiling, because this is the moment I've been waiting for. This is the moment I used to practice for in my bedroom. This is the moment I promised myself I wouldn't run away from. So thank you for listening to me. Thank you for giving me a chance. I may only be 10 years old, but tonight, I feel like anything is possible, and I'm ready to show you who I am. Thank you.